Echo here, welcome back to Utopia³, playing the FTB Resurrection mod pack. I am on the server with a few of us at the minute, so that's not bad, is it? It's quite lively. And this guy's been given a name. Then we got Pest Control Unit #1. Bit of a long name, but keep shooting me in the back of the head. I think he does not like me. Anyway, I brought this across here from the village just so I've got a nice quick furnace. I could have, of course, just made a resident furnace, but I like the look of this, so I went over here and I've just put the node across. So the node is a 73, which means when I re-energize it, so it's got its stabilizer on there. Yep, I just need to get a redstone block for the top, and we can energize that again, and that'll go back to being an 8 like it was. So I de-energized it by taking the redstone signal off it, and I will let it regen back up to its full V, and then I've brought it across in a jar. So there we go, we've got that back over here now. So exactly the same as it was at the village. I've just got a little furnace set up there for when I want to cook stuff pretty quick. Now today, by the way, is supposed to be a episode on Resident Rise 3, but unfortunately the server's down, so rather than doing no episode, I thought I might as well carry on here. And I don't want to get the bees kind of to a complete state before we get extra bees in. Them's going to update the pack later to 1.0.1. So I'm going to get one bees in a little bit, and this little mezzanine up here is where the bees are going to go. I've decided that I needed to start using my space a little bit more wisely, so I made a little mezzanine there. It's going to be the bee mezzanine, so all the bee stuff's going to be up there. And yeah, what I want to do now though is I need to get some more resources coming in, so I am just setting this up. I want to make a couple more of these. So I've decided I was going to do the autonomous activator thing over there, but I've decided to not do that for now. I might set up one in the nether specifically for wither skulls, for wither skeleton skulls, by just taking a spawner there and having a spawner with the autonomous activator and an etheric sword with the Vorpal enchant on. But what I want to do over here, I'm actually going to use MFR, I'm going to use grinders and auto spawners. So what I've got here is these, by the way, these chests are all going to be ME interfaces when we get a ME network, and Nem is working on getting us a shift-wide ME network going, which is very awesome. These are all going to be ME interfaces, so stuff's going to come into these and then get sorted out into the ME network. So this chest is temporary, which goes to my village at the minute and sorts things into the barrels there. I've got a retrieval node on there, of course. I've got a retrieval node on the liquid there. Underneath, I've got a transfer node on the liquid, putting the liquid into the mob essence liquid into the grinders that are going to be underneath. And I've had to use another retrieval node for now. I'll find somewhere else for that once we don't need this. But another retrieval node for the items that are going to come out of these grinders. So it's kind of like it's a linked but separate system via that bit of pipe network there. So the energy pipe does not let items transfer through it. So a little bit of that's kind of showing how the energy pipe can work quite well. So of course this is giving energy to all the grinders and the 3 auto spawners that we're going to have. So I've got the first auto spawner in, and the first thing I know I need to do is I just put the mushroom net in there, and it's disappeared straight away because the retrieval node is pulling it out. So what I need to do is I need to get a filter here, and I've already combined it with a bit of wool to make it so it ignores MBT. So Safari nets have got the same metadata, they're all 4884, even though they've got different mobs in them, but they've got different MBT data. So I want to invert this as well, so we want it to pull anything apart from what's in the filter. So make a redstone torch, invert that filter, and now if I place a Safari net in there, even if I place an empty Safari net in there, I'll do an empty one just for tidiness sake. If I put an item filter of a Safari net in there and place that into the retrieval node here, then it shouldn't pull any Safari nets out of the auto spawner. So let's stick a Safari net in there and have a look. A mushroom, are you going to stay there? It's going to stay there, it's a good sign. And we are working. And we are taking mob essence pretty quick. I may need some kind of upgrades in that transfer node there, I think. Let's quickly make some speed upgrades. See if 4 speed upgrades will do it. Because I've not really got any redstone for anything else at the minute. And I need a couple more nuggets. Give me 4 speed upgrades Some nuggets can go in there. And we'll see if that gets us liquid into there quicker. I think stack upgrades work with liquid as well, don't they? So that's maybe going quicker. And are we spawning mana shrooms? We are, cool. So there we go. So now we are getting mana shrooms. Oh, it does go down quick. So the items go into this chest, which should be getting pulled in via the retrieval node into the chest there. So that's not happening. Yeah, Mr. Retrieval node, what are you doing? So you want to ignore them, so it should be pulling the other stuff. Let's have a look. Is it still there? One seems to have gone. Give me a minute to see if this is working okay. Okay, then it is actually transferring them. It's just a little bit slow, so you can see we're kind of getting backed up on axes and stroganoff. Yeah, so it's a bit of a flaw in my design here using the retrieval node, because the retrieval node is doing a lot of searching for stuff and not actually getting it, because none of the stuff in there stacks. It's going to have to search for it each time. So yeah, I need to work out how exactly I'm going to do that. Like I said, this will all be ME interface at some point. It might pay me to make a little ME sub-network now, ready to attach to the main network. But anyway, I shall come back to that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump to the other end. So, well, what I've got behind these, by the way, is I've got secret levers there from the secret rooms mod. So I'm going to use a level limiter. It's going to want to be a secret button with a level limiter, isn't it? So I'll be changing them for a secret button and putting level limiters on there, so I'll be able to keep just a certain amount of these items in stock. Now what I'm going to have is, of course, the mana shroom in there, red cap for now, just until we get a load of iron. So then them don't have to keep the Nemgo village trunk loaded for the iron golem farm. And I think witches for glowstone and redstone at the minute is going to be the third one. But of course these are interchangeable, so I can build a little collection of safari net stuff to get what we need. I'm going to jump through here back to my little village and do the next part of this. So something else I also want to get done, I want to get the Falmic Restorer brought across to the ship as well and get that automated. So if we come down here, what we've got is what we should have is a lot of mana axes going to there. Now I actually do want to change this around a bit. I want to go into there with that stuff. So what I'm going to actually do is I'm going to move that torch for a start. I can go over here. This got jammed up earlier because the ender pearl barrel was full, so I've expanded that so it can go to more now. These have all got voids on. I'm not sure if that's got a void on it. Yeah, I think it has. These have all got voids on. That's also B-space, that one here. And that's not got a void on, but that can get a lot more in it now. So what I want to do is, first things first, is I want to come under here and I want to change that filter. Let's just turn this off for the minute. Go on the spike shoe. Go on the spike shoe. What I could do with a little bit of a delay between the lights coming on and the fans going off. Never mind, it's not a big deal. So in there I want to add a couple of things in here. I want to add these. What I also should have had is iron boots. Oh, they're already there, cool. There we go. So gold armour, which comes from random mobs. Is it zombies and skeletons, or is it just zombies? So we've got gold armour, we've got iron boots, iron pickaxes, that'll come from the red caps. And we've got the mana axes, that'll come from the mana swords. So now, put that in the white there, that's going to go to there. What I really should do is change things around, so I've only got certain items going there. This is going to get full pretty soon, isn't it? Just the random stuff. I could start to bin most of it, I'm never going to need that many creeper heads, am I? But they're all going to go in there, because this is a advanced filing cabinet, so it's nice and it should have multiple things in it, and they're all going to stack in there, even though they don't actually stack, which which is nice. So that's got my Minotaur in it. What I want to do is, I've got my resource chest here, my good old faithful resource chest, and we're going to go with the old translocator trick. And what I want on here is a diamond nugget again. So I don't know if I might have to. I might want to use a. Oops! Oh, come here! Ah, you thieving bugger! I might want to actually use a different ender chest for this, but I say this will be going ME network at some point, so it doesn't really matter. So what I want to say is I want one of each of these, and it'll be the same with the boots and the. This is just fuzzy. Do these do fuzzy? Do I have to add something to it to make it fuzzy? We shall see. I don't actually know. I might have to do the boots different anyway. What I want it to do is regulate one of each of them into there. And it's not doing it. Do you not pull out of them? Surely you pull out of filing cabinets. Okay. That's maybe an issue. Oh, that damn vacuum whopper's going to suck everything up. I wonder if you pull out the front. So yeah, I do actually need to change things around a little bit, it looks like. And yeah, I wonder if they come out the front of there. Let's have a look. If not, I might have to have separate barrels for each of these. So diamond nugget on there. Regulate, let's just go with the axe for the now. Put the axe into there. Turn that on. And no axe. Okay, well that's throwing a spanner in the works, isn't it? Nice to see what can pull out of these things, don't I? I might. I wonder if transfer node and hyper rationing does it. I haven't got hyper rationing on me, but I've got a rationing pipe, so we can try that. I've got actually a stack of transfer nodes. So for that, I'm going to need a filter, of course. Let's grab a filter. Down to 5. Not a big deal. Easy enough to make. So, Minotaur in there. Let's just pick that up a second. And put that on there. Put the filter in it. So, there we go. So that works. That's good to know. So, with a hyper rationing on that, then it will only put one into the chest. As it is, because I've got no hyper rationings here at the minute, it's going to put a full stack of them into there, which we don't want. So I shall have to cut camera and sort this out a bit. But basically what we're going to do is we're going to get, so we've got, so you know next time you see it, and I keep just pulling one Minotaur axe out of there, you're going to know how and why I am managing to do that. And that's my method. It's going to be, for now, using this resource chest. Later on, I shall be using the ME network. Yeah, cool. So, okay, that works. What we're going to do with the gold armour and the iron boots and the iron picks is, the iron picks I'm going to repair and save because I'm going to need a load of iron picks anyway for welding interaction upgrades. So, I've kind of got the beginnings of an automated system here, but this will come to the base when we update. I want red pipe wire from BC Silicon so I can have structure pipe with a basic gate on. So just to show you what can happen here is I should have brought some of the gold armour up with me. Let me quickly grab some of that gold armour. Running backwards and forwards is always good video, I am sure. Come on, let me down the hole. Whenever you're in a rush. Whenever you're in a rush. So let's grab all this. So of course each one of them gives me 4 diamonds, so as long as I keep like a stock of 64 diamonds, I don't have to run it all the time. So yeah, level emitter, I'll sort things out with that really nice once it's all automated. So at the minute I can, if I chuck gold stuff in there, now at the minute I've just got this set, so it's got no redstone control. So what it keeps doing is the automatic activator keeps dropping something into the farming restorer. I've not actually tried this with transfer nodes actually. It pulls out with transfer nodes, it might just push in with them, which means I don't have to do this at all. Give me a sec, let me try it. Okay, it turns out you can push straight into there, which is very nice. I was doing that wrong because you right click into this. I thought it might have needed a right click to get things into it, but it turns out you can just push things straight into there, like that. And as you see, it's gone there. What I did have set wrong though was I had the filter set wrong in here. This is partially because I use a resource pack that gets rid of the enchantment glow, so I can actually see when things are enchanted. What I need to have on here is, you see that a repaired pair of boots there is 317, and a damaged pair is 317 semicolon, is that semicolon? 18. So we want this to have metadata, which is what that number is after the colon there. So we want to ignore NBT because NBT is the difference of when an armour is enchanted. You see them boots there have got protection and haste. Them boots there haven't. So we want to ignore NBT because we want to do all golden boots, but we want to not ignore metadata. And as you can see on here, not there. As you can see on here, I've got the wrong filter on there, so I've got it ignoring metadata, which is wrong. So what I need is a stick. If I put a stick back in that, it'll take that back off. So you use a stick to add that filter on, to add that fuzzy on. You can also take it back off by putting a stick in again. So that gets it back to normal, and now a bit of wool. Makes it so it ignores NBT instead. So now if I put that in there, what it should do is if I put some fully repaired golden boots, they should go straight through, and they have, wonderful. Now if I put some damaged golden boots, they should go in there, get repaired, and they went through once it was repaired. Excellent. So that, I think, is all going to work nicely, and things are only going to go in here when they're repaired. Now of course these don't want to be going in there anyway, don't want to be going straight into this thing, because this thing, when fed with charcoal and those items, you're just going to break them down back into gold or iron when it's iron boots. So what I need to do is I need to get this to the boat, get it all set up over there. So I shall do that. I'll just let it use, in fact, let's take that over there. I'll let it use what's left in there, might as well. And I'll get this set up in the boat, so next episode you should see this across in the boots. Excellent. So let's head back over there now, excuse me. I've got a nice couple of villagers, by the way, who've been giving me emeralds. Just, one of them for raw chicken, cooked fish, and wheat, which I've got all three of, which is very nice. So Nicholas has just done a wonderful job and put a minion cube in every bay, which is nice. So what I shall do next time I cut is I shall make some energy transfer nodes. I'll recess these into the wall, and I'll put an energy transfer node there, so that the power to each base will be a little bit less reliant on who's pulling from that at the time. So at the minute, everything's just pulling out of that. Look at that. Oh yeah, because it's filling all them other 6 up. Of course it is. Excellent. Right then, what do I want to do now? So yeah, I think I've showed you this before. What I need to set up as well is have it so that the one Minotaur sword that ends up in this chest is going to get dragged into that thing, where it's going to get turned into diamonds, which is all good. Copper dust. Go in there. That's just a bit of stuff I mined manually when I've been out and about. I've got some copper, some chalcopyrite, I've been told to pronounce it. It's a cal, silent H. And some bit of silver in there, so I can chuck all that in there. And my little furnace there will sort all that out for me. Excellent. Right then, so yeah, there's one. So I just want to quickly make the other 2 spawners and grinders. The spawners are pretty straightforward. In fact, I've got them all set up. So the spawners just need a little bit of nether wart. So I want 1, 2 of them. Excellent. So there's your recipe for your auto spawners. Not too bad. A couple of emeralds. Other than that, not too bad. And then for the other stuff, we need some invar. There's 4 in there, because I want 2 of these, don't I? We need some tin gears. And I'm using copper to make the tin gears, because I've got more copper than iron at the minute, but that's probably going to change once I get this all set up. And some books. So now, really quickly, I can go like that, and I need a couple of invar swords for the top bit. Excellent. Grind it. Grind it. So grinder goes there, and of course I need a chest behind it. And there. Forgot to set the glass out with that. And still semi-manual because I've got to come behind here and turn the button on and off. But what I can do now is I can go like that, auto spawner, and auto spawner, and I can get my red cap in one. So that should start getting power once the node finds it. It's got more essence. There we go. And that guy should start spawning red caps for me and get me some boots, some iron. Excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut camera. I'm going to get that little system over here, down here, to turn the gold and the iron into ingots, get them put into a chest somewhere, and then for the rest of the episode we shall be heading back into Gendustry, where I'm quite far on. I've got some pretty good damn bees. I've got demonics, which are giving glowstone. I have got imperials, which are giving me this lovely regen effect when I'm near them, and giving me the stuff to make the ambrosia that I'm using my food source because it's quite decadent in it. I've got secluded there, which is giving me these mellow combs, which is getting me nether quartz, which is awesome. So this stuff needs to go up there. I don't know if I'm going to get that done this episode, but I'm starting to get a bit boxed in down here, aren't I? Right, I shall be back in probably about half hour my time and 2 seconds your time. Okay, yeah, I was lying when I said half an hour. It's been about 2.5 hours. I have been AFK several times. I've been sidetracked several times. Eventually, I've got to this. I don't think it's quick enough. I don't think it's quick enough for the red caps anyway, at least. I think it's quick enough to deal with gold stuff. I'm going to show you what I've done at the other end here. I've changed it around a little bit, because I say this is all semi-temporary. But as you can see there, I've got stacks of certain loots in there, and I'm binning certain loots. But what's going to come in here is up to a stack of certain things, including the gold armour. The gold armour is set in the filter in there, as is iron boots and iron pickaxe. So it comes straight into the Famine Restorer. This means it's only getting some of the axes at the minute. Once we're on the updated version, it's a version of Jabba that the hoppers can pull from inventories. So I'm going to move that up and have a hopper on the side of it, so it'd pull the axes straight into that. Not that big a deal saving axes. It's only axes, but it's just the fact that they're auto, that they can craft straight into a barrel, so I don't have to keep messing around. So I'm going to need loads of axes for these. And the rest of the stuff goes into there. This gives me a little bit of trouble because it doesn't seem to care what side things come in from. So I tried putting charcoal in the bottom and it started filling all the slots. I tried pulling out the side, it started pulling out all the slots, pulling out of there and pulling out of there. So I've had to filter this quite a bit. So on here, I've got a filter in there for charcoal, and I've got a rationing pipe, so it only keeps one stack of charcoal in here. So luckily it fills that first. On here, I've had to put a filter for gold ingots and iron ingots, otherwise it'd pull the charcoal out of there. So what I'm ending up with is gold and iron in there. What I think I'm going to do is put another one of this same ender chest down here, then let that pull out gold and iron, because I get the odd iron ingot drop anyway. And also into this, there's none in here at the minute. I get coal and glowstone and redstone, so I need to pull them out when they come in as well. So there's other stuff I need to pull out. The way I've changed it at the other end, and I promise we will get onto bees right after this. The way I've changed it at the other end, if just bear with me while I get there, is slightly different than it was. Not massively. Oh. Broke my nose on the door. And down we go. Stuck on it again. I never get stuck when I'm not recording, you know. That's bullshit. So, what we had here is we've got a filter pipe there, and the filter pipe is what's got the thing in it that sends stuff to these 7 barrels on the wall behind me. So these 7 void barrels go through the red line, which is the one that goes up there and then up there and round back of here. And then now what I've done, this before I had a filter in there, I've changed it so that I've put the filter in there, and that's got all kind of stuff in there like leather caps, some of the reliquary stuff, all kind of stuff. That's actually got 3 item filters inside the item filter, so there's loads of stuff in that. This one was a filter pipe sending stuff up into that filing cabinet. I've changed that to a rationing pipe, so anything that comes past here, it's going to try and put a full stack into there. So anything that's not in the filter to be destroyed tries to go into here, and if it can't go in here, it carries on going and just goes to the trash can. So I'll always I'll always try and put stuff into there, so it'll keep me with 1 stack of zombie heads. So any creeper heads I get now, or zombie heads over that 1 stack, are going to go straight to trash. So that's going to keep that pretty tidy. So the gold armor is going to come into here, so I just need to be able to get rid of that quick enough. Like I said though, unfortunately I don't think the Farming Restorer as it is quick enough to deal with the red caps. But that said, we have got other ways of getting iron. It's not a big deal. The gold from the armor is just a bit of a bonus, and it comes in at a nice slow steady rate. I need to put more lights from on top of these. I've just realised, see, this man's a bit lighter, and this is Nems. I don't want to show it on camera because his video's not out yet, but these end two are lighter as well. I haven't done the lights on some of these. Okay, onto the bees then. I've done quite a bit since you last saw me. I've made that DNA extractor, but I ran out of bronze, so I've done a little bit of mining, and I've got some more copper and tin, so I can actually make some more bronze now. Yeah, I'll actually get on with that. Let's get some more bronze on the go. So induction smelter gets you 3 in 1, gets you the Tinker's alloy ingots. Then guys, you get 4 ingots, so you're not losing anything, which is quite nice. Right, 5 minion cubes delivered as ordered. Minion. Thank you very much, Nicholas. I asked Nicholas to make us energy cube for each of the bays. So now each bay has got its own energy cube, and it's making the power spread a bit more even. So they're all filling up at the minute, but once they're all full, it should be a bit better. And I do need to get more generators on the back of there. One thing I've cocked up with that is I built it upright. I should have built it long ways, so then I could have just carried on extending it as I get more generators until we get the octuple, yeah? But so I'll have to change that around, I think. Anyway, bees. The legendary Foxfire, I mean, another good comment about the advanced mutatron. This other thing that this does, it lets you breed things that require specific biomes, like nether bees normally require that you have to be in the nether. So the way you used to do it with forestry is you'd have to go and take a beehive into the nether and have a little setup in there to do your breeding of sinister and fiendish and stuff like that. This, because it's the advanced one, it lets you breed them in here, which is very cool. So I've actually gone down that path, and I've got quite a few good bees. So if we look in here, what should I start with? I'll start with the traits that I've got. So I've got these genetic templates, and I'm going to show you what's what. That's just a species one. That's just a species one, and so is that. And that's it's got in alphabetical order, really. That's nice. So that's what I want. So what I've done is I've made 2 of these, and if you remember, you make these by you just grab one of them things and a blank one of these. If you put them together, so if I was to put that together now, that would add. That's a wintry species one. That's not got a species one on it. That would add a wintry species to that. So now any bee that goes through would get the shortest lifespan, fertility 4, and wintry if I added that to it. But I don't want wintry on there. I went and found some more bees out in the world. I got some wintry and some modest. So where's or normal dimension? Where's that? Oh, that's the end. 0. There we go. So I went down there, got some wintry bees from down there, and I went up to that desert up there, and I got some modest bees from that desert. So that was all good. And I'll tell you where we need them. If you look at this, this is my actual one that I'm using to apply to my bees. Now you can see on there we have got ignores day night true, so that means they'll work at night. So I no longer need the lights in here, so I've taken the lights out. Them guys. So it's a little bit of energy I'm saving by not having them in, because the bees have all got that on. Flowers is normal. Speed is fastest, so that that's the production speed, so that they're as good as they can be without adding stuff to the apiaries that I will do. The effect is beatific. That means it gives me regen. As you can see, I've got regen on me. The humidity tolerance and temperature tolerance, both 3, so that's pretty cool. It means bees will work outside of their normal zones. And you can see the stuff that I've got missing there. So I'm not going to put species on this at all, because I can run the bees through here twice. So I can run it through once to put all this stuff on, and I can run it through another time to add a species to it if I want to. The other stuff I'm missing, cave dwelling, I need to get. Lifespan, I want the longest on this because this is my production bee. And fertility, I want the lowest, so I don't have to deal with extra bees. At the minute, it's not a big deal actually. What I've got is I've got stuff going through there. I don't know why it's filtered actually, because anything's going through. Oh no, if I don't filter it, oh no, it should be alright. I don't know if I need a filter on that. Should be able to pull anything out of there, I think. Let's have a look. Is anything getting pulled that shouldn't be? No, that's all good. Okay, so I don't need that anymore because I've changed to where that is. So the products are getting pulled with a retrieval node into here, and then from here, the retrieval node comes along all these, goes into this immediate chest, and from there it's getting pushed into these barrels, and in there I've got Imperial drone and Demonic drone because I have too many. So these have got fertility 4 on them, so I'm getting 3 extra drones every time. So each time that finishes its cycle, and we'll leave that in there for now, so it's not doing any harm. I just want to make sure off camera that I'm not going to break anything by taking that out. So the products go in there, any extra bees go in there, so all that comes into there, gets sent up to them. These are a good bee. They give simmering combs, these ones, and they in a centrifuge give you phosphor. Phosphor, if you combine it with sand, gives you 2 buckets of lava. 2 phosphor, 1 sand, 2 buckets of lava. Not bad at all. So we've got a lava source there if we want it. We start on the bottom. That's normal honeycombs. I'm not actually producing any of that at the minute. I've just got a barrel of when I was. I'll probably run cultivated bees once I'm up and running, so I've got some normal honeycomb coming in because beeswax is useful. The dripping comb and the royal jelly come from the imperial bee, which has also got, these have all got the stats that are on that thing there, so they've all got the fastest speed and stuff, so that's all good. What they give me is the ability to make this stuff ambrosia. So honeydew comes from the dripping comb, royal jelly comes from the imperial bee as well, so all that's from the imperial bee apart from the wax capsule, which is why you do need some basic ones, because they give you the beeswax, that stuff. So that's all good as well, so I'm happy with that. This third one here, I've got secluded. I've got a villager who gives me a monastic drone for 12 emeralds and any princess, so I've been giving him ignoble princesses and 12 emeralds. I've got, like I say, another villager who gives me emeralds for farm products, so I'm emerald positive with that, so that's good. So I've got a secluded queen in there. Now this is the one thing I've not actually worked out yet, how I'm going to get the low fertility on my production bees, so I might just have to stick with normal fertility. Look at that, this has got, you see, a long lifespan, not the longest yet, but we're getting close to the longest. I'm a couple of breeding steps away. Fastest production speed, fastest pollination speed, not really important that unless you're doing trees, when you want to get your trees pollinating quick, or if you want to create flowers around you. As we're in rocks, as we're in a thing made of, as we're in a boat, we've only got the one flower there, we've got nowhere where flowers can grow, so that's not actually important for us at all. Flower type flowers, that's just easy. I think with extra bees you can have flowers none, which is quite nice. I don't know if that's still in anymore, but fertility is just 1 on here, so all you get is when this queen dies, you get 1 princess, 1 drone, so you never actually get any spare ones. Which, if you're just using production bees, that's not bad. You can have a specific bee with 4 fertility to get drones if you need it for DNA and stuff. And then there's that beatific effect. And then on the second stats there, you can see that this has got both three, so that's all nice. It's got the diurnal and nocturnal, which is nice. This has got the cave dwelling, because I'm not getting any extra drones. I can't really afford to pull it off this because I won't get any back. And I need a tolerant fly, which is a rain still. So there's a couple of things I've not got. I guess now I need to tell you how I've got the stuff. So if we look at fastest in here, you will see that we can get the fastest, what's that, from a bee, speed fastest, flowering, okay. So speed fastest, cyan drones, light blue drones, and magenta drones is the one I went with. So magenta drone comes from blue and pink. Blue is pretty straightforward, they're just forest and diligent, so we covered them last time. Pink is a little bit more convoluted, but not much. White and red. Red is common and diligent, so again, straightforward. White is wintry and diligent, so pretty straightforward. So I got myself to the fastest production really quick, so that was pretty cool. So that's some of the bees I've got in there. As you can see, these are now used up. I could use these for dyes. There you go, there's some magenta ones, there's some blue ones. So you can use them as dyes. They don't work for the world interaction upgrades, unfortunately, but they do work for a lot of other stuff. So once I'm all set up, probably I probably will have one of each colour. But until I'm properly set up with actual production stuff, then I'm not going to bother. The thing this secluded thing does give us is this mellow comb, of course, which has a 30% chance of nether quartz each time you centrifuge it. So that is very nice. I've got 6 stacks up to now. So stick a stack through there, this is all manual at the minute, but stick that through there. We'll see how much nether quartz we get with that. Not the first one, damn it. So we should get about 20 nether quartz each stack here. There we go, there's one. Cool. So I've got nether quartz source. I've got a glowstone source. Technically I've got a lava source. So that's what we've done with the bees. I'm not exactly sure what else I need to get before we get extra bees in with the update. I want to do I want to do a little bit of breeding now, just to... I think I've covered everything, haven't I? So what I'll do then, seeing as I've covered most of the species I want to get from the vanilla bees, I'll make them other 2 bits and I'll get the last machines made. I'll have a quick look at the last machines before I finish the episode. Alright then, I made the rest of the machines, and I think it's a bit of a fail, to be honest. I don't think I'm going to end up using these. I've made them and I've had a look in single player to see what they do. So first of all, protein liquefier takes power and takes protein, raw beef or whatever like that. I'll get you protein, and it will feed straight into the machine. Don't need any pipes or anything. And this side I've got DNA extractor that you can feed bees to, and you need labware in there, so it consumes the labware. That gets your DNA. What you can do is one of these guys, you can put it in there. Looks like it has to be a full one. Here it does. It has to be an entire full one. So 13 of 13. You can put it in there and it'll create you an ignoble queen. I'm not sure if I see the point. I don't see it giving me anything that I'm not already getting. Ignoble queen that's going to die at some point of a species that I could just get a normal princess and a normal drone and copy them anyway using the imprinter. And as you can see, I brought my stuff up here. And because I'm tight with power, and these store a lot of power, I made a transvector dislocator because they're absolutely awesome. I'll just use a transvector dislocator to get these up here. So if you've not seen that before, I think you will have seen it before. I'll show it really quickly by moving one of these barrels with it, even though I could just use a dolly. So if I want to put one of them barrels, this is facing this way now, and all I have to do is click on the side of that with a bander. Click on that with a bander. Oh, too far away. I failed. Okay, let me move this chest instead. Too far away. Move this chest instead. There we go. And then stick a lever up here next to this. There we go. Brought that chest up. Not that I needed to, but you know. So that's how I move them up here and maintain their power. So these things are up here. I'm fairly certain that this would in fact put its mutagen straight into that. So once this drains out, once I've used all this up, I've still got quite a bit in there, then I'll do that. You can see filing cabinet advanced one there has got my genetic templates and my genetic samples in, so they're all going to go in there. I've got storage for drones here for different breeding and stuff, and I've got some princesses and stuff in this one and some of the bits and bobs. And what I need to do now is set this up. So what I've got here, basically, you can see I've got power coming up to the centrifuge. I'm going to run up power up to the back of these as well. Not done that yet. But the centrifuge here is connected to this chest. This is that buffer chest that was over there with the retrieval node on the back. The retrieval node line goes underneath around the back of here, and it goes to these. This is going to be a line of all the way down of these apiaries. So I've got loads of space for these. I could even go too high and stuff because they're all going to be cave dwelling. So this is going to go all the way down there, with these guys. So they're getting power through the LAN because it's connected to the power, and the retrieval node is pulling the items out. So you see them drones will disappear any minute now once that thing over there searches for them. There they go. So really nice and easy to automate. I need to get production things in these, don't I? And at the minute I need a flower, but if I remember extra bees, there's a non-flowering or a rock flowering, and that should count the factory block as rock from the rocky bees. So I'll see if that works. I'll get something that can use rock, or something that I can use around here anyway, so that I don't have to have flower up here. So that'll be another spot for one of them apiaries. So that's all good. The retrieval node just pulls everything into here. Very nice. And then here what we've got is a transfer node with a filter in, just with a honeycomb in, a basic honeycomb there, because all the rest are the same ID. So I've got a ignore metadata. It's got ignore MBT because I already had it, but I don't think it needs MBT in there at all. No, it doesn't. Just needs an ignore metadata one. So that's just putting all the honeycombs straight into that. So the honeycombs get processed as soon as they come into this. So what I need to do is get all these honeycombs out of there and processed into their respective stuff. So you see all I've got to do is chuck it in that and it'll take them straight in. And get some empty barrels up here. And again, as I've said it many times this episode, temporary until we get the A sorted. Nem is over there working on it. You can possibly see his name through the wall there. I think we can zoom on this, but I don't know how to do it, but I've seen other people do it. I wonder where you zoom. No idea, never really done it. Anyway, Nem's working on that, so be able to put all this stuff into a cell pretty soon. So for now, I'm going to do a couple of lines of barrels up here that will store all the processed stuff from the centrifuge. I'm going to have another transfer node on the side of there to send stuff that doesn't go through the centrifuge up to the barrels. Things like, I don't know why I've got beef nuggets in there, if you ignore them. Things like the royal jelly and everything else. Oh, and the glowstone. Most things come from there, but yeah, I'll be sending them up this side. So this will have, in fact, what I want to do with this is I want it to send everything apart from honeycombs. So I'll just put an inverted honeycomb filler on that one and send them up to the drums. So yeah, I don't think I'm going to use these. So that does that, just copies them. And this one just makes a copy of one of these things. So if I put one there, I can put a blank one there and some labware and copy it. Again, I don't see the need to do it because these don't get consumed. If these got consumed by the imprinter, then I could understand it. But maybe I'm missing something. If you guys know more than me, let me know. But I don't see the point of these for at the minute, so I'm not going to bother. I'm not even going to bother connecting them up. I'm going to keep them up here unless I run out of space. But there we go. So between episodes, I'm going to tidy that up, get all that process up there. So when you come back and see it again, I will have the drums up there with all the processed stuff in it. Cool. I'm going to leave it there. Thank you as always for watching. I don't think I've done much, so I apologise if it's a bit of a dull episode. We are on to 1, 2, and 1 in the middle, so 3 septuple. Getting closer to an octuple. 3/8 of the way there. So yeah, I don't think I've done much. So sorry if it's boring, but I've done it a bit. Let's see how this is doing. It's not bad, is it? We're getting items in there. That's cool. So I'll leave it as that. Thank you as always for watching, and I hope you join me next time. Tomorrow it should be a Resident Rise episode, and I hope you join me for that. Cheers. Bye.